Hey everybody, Neckbeard Cole back at it again with a morally questionable video, and today I want to talk about a story as old as time, something every human being or animal can relate to, and it's not going to be any of that pussy stuff. It's not going to be like stepping on a Lego or accidentally baking your cookies 15 minutes too long. No, it's going to be about the really important stuff. Almost shitting your pants when you're at somebody else's house. To get the full context of the story, I need to go into the archives and explain why I am afraid of restrooms that aren't my own, because every man's restroom is his sanctuary. When you're at home, you can be sure that nobody's going to intrude on you. You can light some nice lavender scented candles, take an Epsom salt bath right after taking a fat shit. It's really your own, but it's not like that with public restrooms. And this goes back to when I was about 6 or 7 years old. My parents took me to the fine dining establishment Outback, and I was eating what they generally serve at Outback. I was eating a nice steak, cooked medium well because I was a pussy back then, and of course the onion rings, or whatever the fried onions are at Outback. And I ate all of it up. And being the morbidly obese kid I was at the time, I ate every ounce of food, and I probably acted as the trash can for my family as well and ate the rest of theirs. And you know, Outback is similar to Cracker Barrel gravy. Right when it hits your stomach, you just feel the runs coming on. The meat sweats were already setting in, so I got up and started walking towards the bathroom because I knew better. I opened the door, there was nobody in there. It wasn't one of those single person bathrooms. No, it had several stalls and urinals in it. So I opened the door, I walk in, nobody was in there. I was very comfortable. I walked into the stall, shut it, locked the door, dropped trow, and sat on the toilet. And it was at this moment that I sort of felt serene. I thought nobody could touch me. I was invincible while taking my shit. And that was until 3 children walked in, and I realized I was getting a little bit too comfortable. Because those children, they were specimens. I doubt they were even human, because they walked into that bathroom, didn't even go to the sink, didn't go to one of the urinals. They walked directly to my stall and started crawling under, unlocking the door, opening it. And these kids were like 2 to 3 years old. I don't know where the fuck their parents were, but they weren't watching their children because they were terrorizing another poor child in the stall. And to this day, I still get PTSD flashbacks at night, thinking about the shit coming out of my ass as I looked a strange little child in the eye as he opened the stall door. He didn't even look away. He wasn't ashamed. He crawled under the stall with his friends, unlocked the door, opened it, and then they walked out. They left me to die. They didn't even do me the courtesy of letting the stall close before they left. They left it wide open. I wouldn't be surprised if they had scotch tape from their elementary school class and taped the door open. These little gremlins' prerogative wasn't to get the shit out of their ass, no. It was to keep the shit in other people's asses. They were after terror. They were there for blood. I don't know many people who trophy hunt in bathrooms, but I know that children are capable of it. Every single time I go into a public bathroom, that memory cascades into my mind on top of others. Like when I was in elementary school, I'm not gonna lie, I have stinky shit, okay? That's in due part because I realized I'm lactose intolerant not even 6 months ago. When I was in elementary school, I walked into the bathroom, and the only time you should use a bathroom at school is when you're already sweating and you can feel your anus bleeding at that point. And I was at that point. I was sweating. I was about to cry. I could feel the puke coming out of my mouth from how painful it was to tighten my sphincter that much. I walked in, I shut the stall, I started taking a fat shit. This kid walks inside of the bathroom, and he just stands there, and I'm just like, oh god, I know it's coming. I know what he's about to say. And what does he say but, oh my god, it smells like poo-poo in here. And him being an elementary schooler, I can't really blame him. He couldn't have said that more eloquently. I was at the edge of the toilet seat trying to wait for him to get out, but no, he didn't. He didn't even pee. He didn't even take a poop. He just sat in the lobby of the bathroom smelling my shit. I don't know if he was into scat. Maybe I set off his scat fetish in the future from my stinky shit. He just stood there sniffing for several minutes, making comments on how bad it smelled, and then he walked out. Didn't even wash his hands, didn't wash his face, didn't use the urinal or toilet. He just complained, and then he walked out of the bathroom. Now, these memories lead me to about 2 years ago, at some point when I was in high school, and it was no different. I had to poop, except this time I was at a friend's house, because what we would usually do, we would just sit in the garage, me and 2 other people, the garage of my friend's house, and we would come up with ideas to do around town. And when we weren't having ideas or taking part in them, we were just sitting in the garage messing around. And I'm not gonna lie, I committed the cardinal sin of eating a bunch of Carl's Jr. jalapeno poppers with extra ranch. Those are my guilty pleasure. I don't like fast food, but I will eat ass with Carl's Jr. jalapeno poppers with extra ranch. And I had about 3 9-pieces that night. I was feeling especially gluttonous, and we were sitting at the garage a couple hours later, and I felt my tummy rumbling. Except it didn't slowly progress. It wasn't a slow burn. It was like Hiroshima, Nagasaki. I could feel my rectum about to explode in that moment. And I looked at my friend and I said, I think I'm gonna leave, dude. I really have to take a shit right now. And he was like, no, there's no problem. You can just go in my bathroom right here. It's just right inside the door to the right. And I was just like, I'm not sure about this. I'm a little concerned. I think there might be a couple children about to walk into the bathroom and terrorize me. But no, he insisted. No, it's fine. You can go poop in my bathroom. So with a smile on my face, I walked inside. And you know that feeling when you're getting close, you have to really poop. And when you get closer and closer to the bathroom, you anticipate pooping soon, so you have to poop in turn more. Well, I was walking to the bathroom and it was coming out. I was almost about to shit my pants, and I opened the door, turn the knob, open it, and to my dismay, I see his entire family and extended family sitting there talking. They were in the living room, not even watching a TV show nor a movie. No, they were sitting with the lights on and talking, silently almost. And you can imagine the fear in my heart when I walked in there and saw them, because I was about to shit my pants. And I had to commit. I had to go in. And here, let me draw a little diagram for you. Now, this was a big house. There were 2 stories and a couple bathrooms, but the majority of them were upstairs. And there was only one bathroom downstairs, and that was the bathroom I was about to go in. But the issue was, the bathroom was in the family room pretty much. You walk in the door to the right, you immediately see the family room, and then to the right again is the bathroom. So anything that is going on in the bathroom, everybody in the living room, in the kitchen can hear, and the walls were paper thin, so that didn't help at all. But to make a long story short, I walked into that bathroom and I desecrated it. I destroyed it. I wouldn't be surprised if shit was caked on the back of the seat from how much I demolished that toilet. It was diabolical what I did to that poor porcelain throne. When you're trying to be really quiet when you're taking a poop, and it just makes it even louder. It's like it makes farts spawn in your GI tract. Well, that was happening to me, but like 6-fold, because the jalapeno poppers were really working their magic. And this was all happening. I was decimating this toilet as a group of people I've never met. As soon as the first fart came out, I'm pretty sure I heard them stop talking, and as more and more progressed, I heard them start laughing, and I'm pretty sure instead of having a conversation, they were just they were listening to the podcast of Cole taking a shit. And honestly, it's probably the most entertaining content I've ever made. But anyway, I had never met this guy's family, never talked to his mother or father once, but even his uncles, his great uncles and aunts, his grandparents were in there, and they heard me ruin this family's toilet. And when I finished, I flushed 3 times. I couldn't help myself. They heard that as well. I washed my hands. I looked in the mirror with shame in my face. I just splashed the water to try to wipe it off. I opened the door and I immediately walked into the garage. I didn't even look at the people that were sitting on the living room couch because of the pure shame I felt. I walked outside and my friend looked at me and he said, "How'd it go?" And I just said, "I'm sorry, man, I'm going home." And I went home, and I don't believe I ever talked to him again from how traumatizing that experience was. So yeah, whenever you have to take a poop, never do it at your friend's house. If you're at a store, just wait, train your sphincter muscles. It'll get easier with time, because you cannot trust gremlins, you cannot trust friends, you cannot trust parents to watch their children, because everybody is out to get you when you shit. But yeah, that's about it. See ya.